Let It Be by the Beatles has been going through changes since the album was started as Get Back in 1969. A three-part documentary, The Beatles Get Back, was premiered in November 2021 and was released on Disney Plus, covering the musical process of the Beatles and their final live performance before the split. The film starring the Get Back sessions displayed the bond of friendship and love the band had back in the 60s and was loved by the people and the families of the Fab Four. Along with the film, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the band, a special edition of the Let It Be album was released at the end of 2021. The Let It Be special edition was originally going to be released the same month as the original album. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, its release was delayed until October 2021, while the release of the Get Back documentary series was postponed until November 2021. Today, we are going to find out about the history of the Beatles' Get Back and some details about the special version of the album that was released just a few months back. But before we move forward, please take a moment and subscribe to my channel below. Also, press the bell icon to get all the latest updates on my channel. Thank you for being so supportive. Let It Be Special Edition. A 5-CD plus Blu-ray box set of Let It Be was released on October 15th, 2021, along with a 5-record vinyl set. The Super Deluxe box set includes both the new remix of the original album and the never-released Get Back album with no overdubs that producer Glyn Johns put together. The set also includes 2 discs of recordings from sessions and rehearsals, an EP that includes remixes of the Let It Be and Don't Let Me Down singles, and a Blu-ray audio disc of the new album remix. Since each song is short enough to fit on a vinyl record, that box set is 5 discs with the same tracks. The list price for the CD set is $139.98, and for the vinyl, it's $199.98. The Let It Be Special Edition box set also includes a book of almost 100 pages that contains song notations, comments from Paul McCartney, Giles Martin, Glyn Johns, unreleased photos of the Beatles, handwritten lyrics, tape boxes, session notes, etc. Let It Be Special Edition also features a remix of the original Let It Be album by producer Giles Martin and engineer Sam Ockel, along with session highlights, outtakes, an EP featuring 4 additional unreleased tracks and new mixes, and a remaster of Glyn Johns' original 1969 Get Back mix. The famous recording of the Beatles' last and most memorable rooftop concert was also released at the end of January 2022. The Let It Be Special Edition remained the #1 selling album in the US for an entire week. Its sales were also boosted by the movie that contained the highlight of the original Let It Be sessions. Now that we know about the remix, let's take a look at the history of the original Let It Be album by the Beatles. History of Let It Be. In November of 1968, the Beatles released their double album, The White Album. At times, the Beatles worked on their songs in separate studios. The bickering of the Beatles during group recording sessions caused engineer Geoff Emerick to stop working with them and even somewhat alienated producer George Martin. The bickering of the Beatles during group recording sessions, McCartney then suggested that they play Get Back in the studio as a live band instead of overdubbing the recordings. He also suggested they could film the recording sessions for a television special that would end with a live performance of the songs they'd written. But on the other hand, John suggested that the band should break up. Ringo Starr had already left the group for a time during the recording of the White Album. After they started rehearsals at the beginning of January 1969, George Harrison left the band for over a week. It was up to Paul McCartney to try to hold the band together, but he was resented for taking a leadership role. And that was just the beginning of the Get Back, aka Let It Be recording sessions. Another complication that arose was that George Martin relinquished some of the duties to engineer Glyn Johns and tape operator Alan Parsons, which resulted in less organized sessions. Martin was not present in all of the sessions, but Yoko Ono was there during all of them. At one point, the presence of having a girlfriend around all the time started to bother the Beatles, but then they accepted her. The rehearsals and recording sessions for the Get Back album only lasted a month, January 2nd to January 31st, 1969, with about 21 days of writing, rehearsing, and recording. Despite the problems, the Beatles were able to knock out Get Back and Don't Let Me Down, and in April of 1969 released them as strong singles. Get Back stayed #1 for 5 weeks. So now the question is, how did Get Back become Let It Be in 1970? First of all, they couldn't name the album after a single released a year earlier. The title was chosen for the album's best song and maybe as an indication that the group was simply letting the Beatles be over. The production of the album was turned over to producer Phil Spector in early 1970. He added orchestration, a choir, and other major production elements, especially to McCartney's The Long and Winding Road. The overdub productions were the exact opposite of the original intent. While the result is a mix of good and not so good, it was mostly unnecessary. As was seen in the Let It Be film, the Beatles' versions of Get Back, Let It Be, Two of Us, and The Long and Winding Road were excellent long before Phil Spector was involved. The original album won an Academy Award and a Grammy in their respective soundtrack categories. The original Let It Be film was released in 1970, and the main focus of the film was the split of the band. It showed the tension in the group, but there were some excellent live studio performances, along with the fun the Beatles had jamming in the studio and playing together in the rooftop concert. In 1969, the album and the film were called Get Back. In 1970, the title was changed to Let It Be. 50 years later, we're back to Get Back. The expanded version of the original 1970 album by the Beatles was released in October 2021. It was able to get positive reviews. Many critics praised the special edition and how it took them on a fascinating journey of the band's sessions. You can also buy your special edition box and enjoy the essence of the Beatles, Let It Be. This was all from my side today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, then please take a moment and subscribe below. Like the video, drop your reviews below, and keep watching for more Beatles news. I will see you guys in the next video.